Welcome to Top Table Gaming. This is an unboxing of the Gunfight at Red Oak by Warcradle Studios. Hey guys, you're joined by me, Jay, and this is another Top Table Gaming video, and we are unboxing the two-player starter set Gunfight at Red Oak by Warcradle Studios. So, Wild West Exodus, a lot of you guys who know me know I'm super hyped for this game. I've been busy painting some Enlighten models that I collected, and I figured, how on earth have I not got the starter set? So I went and picked it up, and I figured we should unbox it for you guys. Now, there's some great content showing this off already out there, so make sure you check that out. But I wanted to just break it down and give you my opinions, and yeah, we'll dive in, we'll look at the contents, and we'll see what we think. Alright guys, let's check it out. Okay guys, so here it is, the Gunfight at Red Oak starter set from Warcradle Studios for Wild West Exodus. So a lot of you guys know that I've been banging the drum about this game for a while, and surprisingly I never picked up the starter set. I got some Enlightened models because I really wanted to paint them, and I figured they were who I want to play, but what a better place to start than this two-player starter set. And I've got to say, this looks like incredible value for money. All I've done is take the shrink wrapping off. I've not touched or been inside this product yet. We're going to do it together, and we're going to do it in two parts. I'm going to just open the box, have a quick look, take out all the components, and then I'll give you a look at each of the components one by one and show you exactly what's in the set and what you get for your money. Now this is around £35, which even I've not been in yet, but I'm aware of the contents and I can feel the weight of the box. It seems great value, so make sure you check this out. So the packaging is real cool. There's an inner box in a sleeve. As you can see, you've got Jesse James and Wyatt Earp squaring off there, and how cool is it you can play those two against each other. We've got lots of social media links, and then on the back it shows the contents. So you get, as you can see, the light is a little bit washed out, I apologise. You get Jesse James, Frank James, Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, a Ranger Interceptor, and a Frontier Outrider, which are the bikes, and 2 K9 attack dogs and 2 K9 gun dogs, and a load of accessories to help you play the game. So there is a ton of stuff in this. You get cool robotic dogs, you get vehicles, and you get some nice characters. And again, we've just got some more social media stuff. So I say we break into this. So we'll just pop the sleeve off, and I have seen one of these before, but I am going to talk about them. So these beautiful, get rid of that. These beautiful boxes with like the spot varnish WWX logo on. Gunfight at Red Oak. See that? Yeah, good. Okay, bad joke. But these outer boxes are great, and I've actually started keeping these. They're beautiful, they're really good cardboard, and they just look pretty. So I've started keeping these. So let's jump in. Ooh. So the first thing we all want to be hit with, which is sprues. There is one. There's a quick look for you. Contains the bikes. I can see some of the character bits on there too. One sprue. Those look like the K9 attack dogs. 2 sprues. And I know these because I've built a few of these. K9 gun dogs. That is sprue number 3. So we got 3 sprues in here. What else we got? We got a nice big old bag of bases. A lot of the infantry models are on these, and these are going to be, there's 4 of them for the bikes and the attack dogs. We've got a Blast and Torrent template for flamers. Action and adventure decks. We get a big old list of cards. I love unit cards, and anything that's printed is cool with me. So there's a big old list of bunch of cards there we're going to dive into. We got some dice, some of the Wild West Exodus D10s with the logos on. We have a social media flyer, which shows off some other characters. Gives you a quick overview of the game, where to download the rules, all the social media links, how to get assembly guides for the products. Real good. Okay, condition tokens and a range ruler, just to make everything good. I'm also a big fan of tokens. I'll have a look at those soon. And then lastly, last but not least, the rulebook. Ooh, this is jam-packed with fluff and rules, and yeah, we're going to dig a bit further into that. Alright, So there was the super quick version. Now we're going to cut and we're going to come back and look at each of the components separately. First up, the sprues. Everybody wants to see the models. This has got 10 models in the box. Some of them are quite large as well, so we'll have a look at these. First one we've got here is the K9 attack dogs. Now these have multiple head options that I can see on the sprue. Some are more robotic, some are more kind of canine-like. I will figure out how I'm going to build these and I will show you at the end because I'm not sure at the moment. So we got that's your K9 attack dog sprue. We then got the gun dog sprue. Now these guys are much bigger and beefier. They've got some great head options and these come with 3 weapon options. You can take a flamer, a Gatling gun, or a missile pod, and I was lucky enough to get the free ones that you get with the miniature wargaming magazine, Tabletop Gaming. I may have bought a couple of issues, so I've got plenty of these built, but 2 more is never going to hurt, right? And then this sprue here, which contains all of your outlaw and lawman stuff. So you can see you've got the chassis of the bikes here, some of the various accessories. They got some capes there, which are going to be off the dudes. We've got some cowboy hats. Oh, cowboys, so cool. And it's very hard to tell that they are big multi-part kits. From the ones I've already built for the Enlightened and a few other bits, they go together a dream. So without further ado, I'm going to stop looking at these because after we've unboxed all the components, I'm going to go away like a giddy kid and build these for you and show you the finished product. So let's have a look at the rulebook. Rulebook. Everyone loves a rulebook. I love a rulebook, and I love the fact that this is nice and compact. There's only so many giant A4 rulebooks I can carry around. This is one I can throw in my bag going anywhere. So let's have a look. We open the cover. It's got some social media links and the lucky people who've helped design this game. So thank you to all of you guys. And then, as you can see by the contents, if you can make that out, there is a ton of stuff in here. It is so fluff heavy, which I love. I get to have a good read. Obviously, it covers the rules. It gives you a breakdown of each of the factions and things like that. Let's have a quick flick through and see what we hit. So, here we got some open fluff. We got the game overview. In Wild West Exodus, 2 players take control of blazing gunfighters, supernatural warriors, mighty machines and devious commanders and pit them against each other in a thrilling encounter across the frontier and beyond. The player who destroys all of their opponent's models and achieves their adventure objectives wins the game. Now, who doesn't want to play that, right? You got some glossary of common terms, the anatomy of a card, lots of cool pictures of units as well, painted and stuff. We got how to spend fortune and more of the rules, some advanced rules. And then we get into like reactions, and then you just hit an absolute ton of like fluff. You got some scenarios as well, which is good. There's 6 in the book, and then there is just a ton of fluff for each of the factions, which I think is really cool. This is a real nice rule book. This will be traveling with me for a while wherever I go, and it'll give me a chance to look at all the world. And at the back, an index, because I'm an idiot and don't remember many rules, so this thing will save my life mid-game. That's the rulebook. Flame and Torrent template made out of perspex, and this is for those units that aren't happy just shooting one person, like flamers and stuff like that. Tokens! Y'all know I love a token, so this set comes with a nice 8-inch range ruler. Anything that gives me everything I need to play the game straight out of the box is a win for me. And it comes with 30 tokens. We've got 6 hazard tokens, 6 disordered tokens, 6 stunned tokens, 6 hunkered tokens, and 6 on lookout tokens. So plenty that you're going to need to play the game. Next up we have unit cards, and here you see what you get with the lawman. So this is the first thing I love about the cards you get. These are posse cards, so as you can see you got the Tombstone themed posse, which Wyatt Earp can lead, or just a generic lawman faction posse, and this shows you how to build out your force, which is really clever. So you fill up the 1 slot and then you work your way through in terms of list building, and it stops you spamming a single unit, which can be a problem in some games, unless the force is built to do that. So this is really cool, and it helps you with list building. And then as you can see on the lawman side, we have Wyatt Earp, his main man Doc Holliday, a Ranger Interceptor for some fast support. We have a Canine Attack Dog and a Canine Gun Dog, and they also come with these cards, which are unit common rules, which is really handy. A little card of probably some of the most frequent rules in the game to save you having to fly back and forwards through the book. And you get a Lawman Faction Armory, so a quick reference of all their weapons and the stats associated. Oh, cool. That's the Lawman. Let's check out the Outlaws. Similar deal on the Outlaw side. You get your, miles away, your posse building cards for a mercenary one, and also the Honor Among Thieves posse, which is Jesse James's themed posse. You get your unit cards. We've again got a Gun Dog, Attack Dog, Frank James, Jesse James, and a Bandit Outrider, which is their mobile vehicle. We get the Outlaws Faction Armory. Wow, they're tricky to pick up off this. You get the Outlaw Faction Armory, you get the Unit Common Rules card again, so you can get one each, which is real good. And you also get, only one of these, you get a Negative Conditions card, which show you all the tokens that, funnily enough, were in the box. You get 4 D10s in the box in the beautiful red and black marble, which I'm glad, because these match the ones I had in my Enlightened. And as you can see, we have a couple of symbols. This symbol here, which is the skull on the spade, is the 1, which is a critical fail. You can never re-roll this and it will always be a fail. And on the flip side, we've got the WWX logo, which is the 10, and this is a success that can never be re-rolled or anything but a success. These are real beautiful dice, and honestly, I was a bit wary because all the games I've played are D6 games, but I really like these, and 1 to 10 leaves a lot more scope for things the designers can do in game, and working out your odds are much easier. So yeah, some cool D10s. Last but by no means least, we have the action and adventure card decks, which I love and think add a really unique twist to this game. The action and adventure decks, these are 2 decks which you use in-game for different reasons, which I will briefly explain because I've not got much experience playing under my belt just yet. But we'll start with the adventure deck. So you have a hand of 5 of these, and the way these work is they all have a glory stat, which effectively is score VPs. So achieve the following at the end of their achieve the following at the end of their activation. One of your face units is within 5 of the center of the play area. Score a VP. So the glory side is a way to score extra VPs to make sure you win the game. But you also have guts, which give you in-game benefits if you spend the card. So reveal this card to gain an action point. For example, reveal this card to gain the following for this activation. Whatever that is, I'm not sure. So as you can see, you have a hand of 5 of these a turn, and do you use them to get lots of in-game benefits, or do you hold them to score them when you achieve the victory conditions? And that adds a really cool, like, secondary resource sort of thing in game, which I love, and I think that'll add a really unique twist. Do you want to go like straight in and spend all these cards to get extra buffs and benefits and action points to get work done, or do you want to just do exactly what you need to score the glory and hopefully win the game on the end conditions? So that is the adventure deck, which I absolutely love. And then you've got the action deck, and you'll notice by the way there's a lot of cards in this box, and these are cards that start at 1 action point and they run all the way to, there's lots of 3s, that seems to be like the standard. That's a couple of 4s and a 5. And what you do is you draw these, but every time it's your activation. So I go, cool, this activation I get 3 action points, and once I've drawn this, I then pick which unit I choose to activate. And also the number in the top corner, at the start of every turn, you draw one of these and you use the number in the top and bottom corners, which is 24, to see who's going to get priority and activate first. And how mad would you be if you wasted your 5 on this, although you're definitely going first. So that is the action and adventure decks, and they both add a lot to the game, which I love. So that's pretty much the box dissected. Now let's get to the bit you've all been waiting for, which is I'm going to go away and build the models, and I'm going to show you them. All right. Okay, so I've just been and built all the models, and they were great fun to build actually. Some of the bigger kits looked quite daunting, but they were all right. And I figured I'd start with the robot contingent of the starter set. So these, as you can see, are the 2 canine attack dogs and the 2 K9 gun dogs, and I just love all the detail in all the metal plates and stuff on these. If you guys get these some metallics and a wash, these are going to look wicked. So the K9 gun dogs, which are the larger of the two, I've equipped the one you can see on screen now with a flamer, and the one at the back that's on its way around with a Gatling gun. There is also a third weapon option, which is like a missile pod for these, and there's two different heads for each, which is pretty cool. And then we've got the K9 attack dogs, which are your faster melee unit. The one in front of you now, that one is my favourite by far. He's like a little, he looks like he's quite modelled on a traditional dog, ready to pounce. And then the other one is in more of a action pose, and he's got this really cool like drill piece as a head. And again, these had alternate head options, so you get, if you've got multiples of these, you'll get lots of customizability, so you don't have the same model twice, which is really cool. And I love these, and the beauty of these in the Red Oak starter set is, depending on which faction you may decide to play, you can use them for either. So the Lawmen and the Outlaws both use these, and they effectively split them for purposes of the demo. So that's that. Let's have a look at the Lawmen. Okay, and here are the dedicated Lawman miniatures that you get in the box. These were absolutely wicked to build. The kits are really intuitive in how they go together, and they are absolutely lovely. So we've got the main man, Wyatt Earp, who's kneeling, shooting his pistol, and I do have to show you because this is so cool. On his back he's got his shield and shotgun ready to cause mayhem. It's a beautiful model, one of the most I'm excited to paint. And then obviously you've got their interceptor there, fast choice, which is really cool. So who doesn't love a big old bike that can fly around and cause trouble? This one is really cool, but not my favourite out of the two vehicles, which we'll get onto. And then surprisingly, a model I thought I'd like the least has actually become my favourite model, which is Doc Holliday. And as you can see, he's got his thumbs in his belt with his pistols by his side. I'm going to pop him off. He's got this really menacing kind of looking down, really classic pose. This guy is really cool, and I can't wait to paint him. I need to do some green stuff because I was a bit of a butcher and chopped a bit of his shoulder off in the excitement of building them. But these guys are absolutely wicked, and I can't wait to try out the Lawmen. But everyone loves being a bad guy, so let's check out the Outlaws. Alright, and here we have the Outlaws, and perfect timing because that is the main man, Jesse James, in front of us. He's got a really menacing face, and obviously he's now shooting his two pistols with his new bionic arms, followed by his brother Frank James. I love this pose. It's just so cool that he's aiming down the barrel of his rifle. Like, I am in love with these models. And then lastly we've got their vehicle, which it just screams the Tumbler from Batman, which is okay with me. And this is super cool, and I can't wait. And it's got some big ass cannons strapped to the side. Who doesn't love that? So those guys are the models from the Red Oak starter set. And I think what we'll do now is we're going to cut back to me, and I'll give you my overall thoughts, what I'm looking forward to, and things like that. Alright. Okay, so there you have it. That is the full starter set, all the bits and pieces, and we've even had a look at the models assembled. Now, I have to say, I think this is a world-class starter set. There are a lot of starter sets for games out there, and if you're anything like me, you've probably bought lots of them. Some of them we do play, some of them we don't play. This is one that I am absolutely going to break out onto the table. The quality is great. I mean, even down to the packaging and the box and just the value that's in there. For like 35 quid, you're getting 10 miniatures, some of which are quite big. You're getting the rules, you're getting the tokens, you're getting the dice. The cards and the printed assets are crazy, and the quality throughout is world class. And from what I know about the game, it's super fun. And do you know what? Me and buddy Matt, we're going to throw down next week and we're going to record the Red Oak starter set demo game for you. So if that's something you guys want to watch, make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep looking for future videos. But overall, incredible box. I'd recommend anyone to go and pick it up. It's a really good price point, and you cannot go wrong. And who doesn't want to play Jesse James and Wyatt Earp battling it out? Unfortunately for me, building these models now means I want a Lawman and Outlaw faction, which is a nightmare. But for now, I'm going to persevere on with my Enlightened. If you want to see these models painted, make sure you subscribe, because in my hobby vlog, which will be launching around a week after this, I'm going to aim to get them all painted so we can record some starter set playthroughs for you guys of Red Oak. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and Wild West Exodus fans, let me know what content you want to see below. If you guys want to watch it, I'm sure we can make it for you. So as always guys, see you in the next video, and happy wargaming.